Welcome back. As it says in the title as well, like we didn't have enough troubles with that bloody BMW, which kind of shares the same engine with this thing here. Yeah, we got another one. We did have this car for a while now in the yard. We're just keeping delaying it and just push it away because we didn't want it to see what exactly is wrong with it. But for the last few days we keep being around it and had looks over it and stuff like that. Yeah. So when the car has been bought on auction, it had a slight misfire. You're thinking, well, might be spark plug. We've been there when we bought the car, and indeed it did have a bit of a shake and it had a check engine light on, but all the fluids and everything were looking fine. Oil, water, no contamination. So yeah, no, it's not a head gasket. But we might have to get all the way there. Now, we did try to find out what the hell is going on with it. So it keeps coming as a misfire on cylinder 3. And by the way, this is the 1.2 petrol engine with a turbo, THP. It's 110 horsepower, and it does goes like stink. For what it is, it drives really well. I mean, we did had these in the past, but mainly the diesel ones, which the same engine with the Ford Focus. We kind of had quite a few around. We wouldn't know about what can go bad or not with them, you know. And we had experience in fixing them as well. So diesels are not such a big gamble. This is my own opinion, you know. I did see some really, like recent, I seen on another YouTuber's channel, one that has got some kind of water leak from the block actually, and they have to replace the engine technically. And thing is, those engines, the diesel engines, aren't that expensive. On this particular piece of crap, you will not find one under 2,000. No way. It's the same engine you can find on the Peugeot 2008. No, 2008 and 208 as well on the newer edition, the 1.2 THP, I think they're called, or this one, whatever, same THP turbo, high pressure, something like that. And I suppose it's the same block as the normally aspirated 1.2 engine, which aren't the best either. They're well known to fail, to have like head gasket failure and lots of other issues, you know. Same as the newer editions now, same as the Ford 1 liter EcoBoost engine. They have a wet belt, and what it happens because of the structure of the wet belt, because it was doing really well fine when they had a dry one, by some fucked up reason I suppose they decided to go with a wet belt, and that thing, the structure of the rubber and everything, it perishes in time, and it's gonna goes in all the small orifices, or the oil have to go and stuff like that, just clog them, and you're running dry on oil, or a better one will happen. You will run out of brakes. You want to know why? Because this is what happened to us. So we took the car to Citroen to see what the hell is going on with it, because we couldn't find anything. And after being with Citroen for a couple of days, they said it needs a new engine. Why? They said there are several parts failure. They are quite sketchy. They will never give you like a full report and stuff like that, you know, because if you have a full report, you might take it to someone else and fix it for you. So you're either doing it with them, or you can fuck off. Simple as that. This is what they let me believe when the car was with them. So we went there to pick up the car back because it was running out of the MOT. While on the way, which is about 20 miles away from our yard, to the Citroen dealer, which is actually a Hyundai dealer that does the work for Citroen, the car ran out of race. I mean, the brake pedal has become like wood hard. You couldn't press it anymore. No more brakes on the car. Luckily, we were only less than half a mile to the yard, so we made a deal. We made it here. And other issues coming. So coming from the, let's go one by one. So this is gonna be a bit of a long video. Let's get inside and show you around, because this car is really low mileage as well, and this is in average condition overall. It needs a bit of a wheels doing and stuff like that, but not too bad. It's got service history all the way to 2022 actually, or 21 anyway. It's been serviced every 5,000 miles, because it's got a bit of a thing here. Probably I have to do a smart repair here, blending in. That will not be an issue now for us. So overall it's not a bad car, and it's good spec as well. Not that dirty, it hasn't been cleaned anyway, it needs a good clean, but just look. So see, that's 38,570 miles. To have such a huge failure, engine failure at this mileage, I think is not acceptable, first of all. And I did try to push it with Citroen for them to replace the engine, you know, because what they did, they said, can you give us the invoices for the servicing that is being made on the car? I said, no, this is what I have with the car. And well, I checked the places, they are genuine. Last one was a BMW specialist, you know, which I suppose that person that had the car was living nearby their house. Happens a lot of time like that. And yeah, no, but we need to see the invoices. So I did call these guys, and they said they don't have the invoices anymore, because they're doing like hand invoices, and it's gonna take them quite a lot of time to find the invoices. But they have confirmed via email that the car has been to their premises twice, and they did an oil change, and they repaired some other bits around it anyway. So the Citroen, they said, no, we still need to have to see the invoices. I suppose the reason they're doing this is because they just don't want to do it. Simple as that. They don't want to do it, and they saw, okay, car traders, yeah, you sorted. Sorted by yourself. So we were like, you know what, just let's take the car back and see what we can do with it. And we started doing some inspection. We made a compression test on all the cylinders, and indeed, cylinder number 3 has got lower compression than the other two. So I have some pictures here, which I will put them on screen to see exactly the compression difference. So the cylinder 1 and 2, they have about 120 something. Can't remember. I think they're up to 150. I don't have the pictures with me actually, I think. No, I don't know what I did with my phone. So yeah, they have good pressure. Cylinder number 3 is at the half. We swapped the injectors between them. Before testing the compression, actually what we did, we swapped the spark plugs between them, we swapped the coils between them, we swapped the injectors between them. So still was coming with actually, after we swapped the injectors and the spark plugs, we don't have any more check engine light. No errors on the diagnostic, but the only problem it is now that you can still feel that misfire. I just can feel the car shaking a bit, just once in a while. So yeah, that's not good. Otherwise, I cannot say that the engine drives perfect. Pulls really well. It does go really fast, to be honest, for the 1.3 engine. Revs really well. Only one idling, it's got a slight misfire. Being a 3-cylinder, you don't expect to run as smooth as a more cylinders engine, like the 4-cylinder or the 6-cylinder. Anyways, we started to do more inspections. So we thought something must be wrong with that cylinder. So there's nothing to do with the electrics, all the spark plugs or the injector. Something must be bad inside. So main idea, it was about a stuck valve. And because these cars, they have like direct injection, high pressure injection, and they build a lot of carbon inside the engine quite fast. And that's a big issue now with these newer engines, with the direct injection engines. So we bought one of these endoscope cameras that connects to your phone and you can see the cylinder inside. So we started looking. As you can see, while looking at it, it seems that the cylinder number 3 has got a bit small portion of it looks like it's been melted. And that might be the reason for why the cylinder number 3 doesn't have compression. Checking the walls on the cylinder, seems that everything seems to be fine. I would say there's no scoring and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit, but it's not visible on the camera, on that camera anyway, because the quality is not that good anyway. So it's one of these cheap ones, which has been about 25 pounds on Amazon. So yeah, we don't want to spend more money on professional stuff just to get this car fixed. But we decided that somehow, in a way or another, we will try to fix it, because we are only 4,000 in this car. This is a 15 plate with a 38,000 miles, 39,000 miles, or something like that. And the details for more than 7,000, you know, so there's still 3,000 left in it to be fixed. But all in all, we fixed the brake. You know what the problem is? Well, let's see if I can pop up the bonnet. So you see this thing here? As you can see, it is pretty new. That thing there. Well, this. That is what is called a brake pump booster or something. Vacuum brake pump. Has something to do with the brakes. And what I was saying earlier about the wet belts, this is the problem that happens with this. What happened, that pump got stuck. By the looks of, I think oil goes through it as well. I don't know exactly how it works, but parts from that wet belt, they fitted on this car. They went around the engine, somehow made it to the vacuum lines, and they clogged the pump. So the pump wasn't making any pressure anymore to help you out with the brakes. So this can happen at any time without warning. Yeah, we ran out of brakes. We scanned the car, so we couldn't find anything. Nothing was coming. We couldn't do any testing. I was doing testing on the brake booster and the ABS pump. Everything was seeming fine, but somehow there is a vacuum missing there, and you can literally run out of brakes without any warning, which is stupid and it's dangerous as well. So I got back to Citroen. I said, look, this car, and I said I checked online, and this car doesn't seems to be a recall on this, and you have to replace the wheel belt because the car is driving now. They said no, the car can't be, no, until we don't solve the problem with the engine, we cannot test and check anything. So another, fuck off, you poor wanker. I think so. This is how it sounds to me. Yeah, so we replaced that pump. Actually, just let's see how the pump was looking inside. We have some pictures of it as well. So look, everything was clogged, and that thing inside that looks like a propeller or something was snapped in 3 pieces. So I think it got dry on oil inside, overheated and snapped, or it just snapped. Simple. I don't know, probably. It just is weird. It's weird. It's a shame because these cars overall, the Citroen C4, they have such a nice suspension. They drive really well. They're comfortable. They're good cars, well practical. But these guys these days with the new engines and stuff, they do so much bullshit on it that they just made them, let's be honest, 39,000 miles, and it's got such a huge major failures on it. Huge major failures. And next step now is for us to remove the head, which will happen in a couple of days, and to see if that piston is actually melted indeed. Plan is, if that thing is melted indeed, and the side of the cylinder, no, the side of the block where the cylinder goes in and out, I don't know how it's called, anyway. If that thing is fine, we will try to replace just that cylinder, you know, just try to take the oil pan off and everything, and disassemble the bottom of the engine. That's the plan. It did work on other cars. I don't know if it's gonna work on this one. And just push that piston out and put a new one back in. It is doable, but I don't know how much of it. I will try to film it, show you as much as possible of it, but we'll see. It's a bit of a hit and miss on it, but we're gonna take the chance anyway because the yard is bloody empty and there are no cars available. Other fact, positive fact about it, we just started to sell cars. So we had, you remember for the video on the paint on this one, so this one is being painted, looks amazing. It's been listed for sale and sold literally next day without any problems. It just sold straight away. I had so many inquiries on this car that I can't believe. Like huge amount of inquiries, people calling, sending emails, just texting me, and so huge amount of people, they just inquired about this car. I think the white two-door Fiesta, they're a thing out there. People love them. They're good cars overall, but I wasn't expecting to be that fast this one because first of all it's a three-door, and secondly it's a 1.4 engine, you know. So for new drivers, because mainly they were new drivers inquiring about it, and the lady that bought it, she's a new driver. She didn't even pass her license. She's just buying this one as a learner. The 1.4 engine I think is pretty expensive to insure, but not my problem. I'm happy that they sell. The Honda took a deposit on it yesterday. It needs to be collected tomorrow. There is a finance application on the Hyundai, you know, the one which you just fully depainted, nearly, but it came out amazingly well, really clean. Had a full polish, but anyway now it's raining, so I was looking for a day to take a good video over it to see exactly how the paint looks, but you can see from the video it's just really nice. It's dusty now, but it doesn't look like it's been painted, which is what you want. And it's a decent paint, you know. It's gonna last for a couple of years. So yeah, this is with Mr. Shitbox here. That's the video for today. I will try to update you on what happens with it. We're still undecided if we're gonna try to fix it or try to push it back to auction and get rid of it, get the money out of it and just use them for something else. We don't know what to do. On one side, I do like the challenge of it. I don't know if my friends like the challenge of it, but I'm kind of curious to see what's inside one of these engines, because to be honest, they're really economical and effective, and they go well. It's a shame not to learn more about them and try to fix them for cheap if it's possible, and just sell them out there for people to use them, because these ones will be the most demanded soon, and there still are. And it's ULEZ, and there's no road tax on it, you know. So yeah, there are quite a lot of reasons we should try to get this car right and sell it on retail price, you know. But we'll see. We'll have to make a calculation to see how much will be the parts and other bits. But anyway, let's see you with the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and see you back again with a new one. I don't know what it will be, but probably it's gonna be about paint again, or not. I don't know.